Hey baddies, it's your girl Sham and I'm back with another video. If you're new here to my channel, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you could be a baddie too. So obviously, as you can tell by the title, this is going to be my 3-month cartilage piercing, my Helix update. So if that sounds interesting, stay tuned.
You got me twisted. You got me twisted.
All right, so before I start the video, first things first, I have my retainers in. See the gems? And because I have my retainers in, I have a little bit of a lisp, so just kind of ignore that. Second of all, I'm at the park. I'm in my car. Because of that, I am looking around to make sure nobody runs up on me or anything like that. So if my eyes keep like darting around, that's why. And I apologize for that in advance, but safety first. So as far as my Helix piercing update, if you have not seen the first update, the first video where I talked about the initial experience, I do have a couple of clips of me in the piercing shop, kind of like not too sure about it or whatever. Go watch that video. I'll link it right up here in the corner to make it easy for you. Then come back and watch this video because I'm not going to really get into the nitty-gritty details about like the size of the jewelry and stuff like that. So as far as an update, I don't really have much to update you guys on other than I did finally downsize the barbell in my ear. And I was supposed to downsize it at 6 weeks. I wasn't able to just because I didn't have time to go downtown. Life got in the way, whatever. So I did it about 2 weeks ago, which I want to say was probably at like the 8 to 10 week mark. I was supposed to get it done at 6 weeks. And I wish I would have done that because the only issue that I really had was that obviously when I first got it pierced, they put a long barbell in it to account for swelling. It never really swole that much to the point that I needed it to be as long as it was. Even when it did swell, I still had plenty of room on the jewelry, and I know that's like standard or whatever, but because I always had just like plenty of extra room on the jewelry, it did get caught on just about everything. Every time I would put my mask on or take it off, it would get caught. I had a really bad time whenever I would wash my hair in the shower, my natural hair, because this is a wig, girl, okay? I will put the, it's an Amazon wig. I did a video on it. I'll put it up there in the corner. But anyway, I would wash my natural hair in the shower. My natural hair is curly. All it would do is literally wrap itself around the jewelry. And because it's curly, it tends to get tangled when it does that. And I would just have like the absolute worst time trying to get my hair off the back of this jewelry. And then like sometimes it would be tangled and I would end up kind of yanking at the jewelry a little bit. And it was just like unnecessarily irritating the piercing. And because I waited a couple of more weeks, obviously that went on for a little bit longer than it should have. And because of that, I have this eensy piercing bump on the back of this Helix piercing, but it's not that bad because there have been times where I have gotten my jewelry downsized with the piercing bump and the piercer has told me like, okay, we're going to downsize it, but once this bump goes down a little bit more, you're going to have to come back and downsize it again. That was not the case when I got this downsized. She told me that this would be the jewelry that I would leave in it, you know, permanently if I choose to do so, or if I want to put a hoop in it or just whatever. She did say to wait until the 6-month mark before I put a hoop in it. But long story short, like this would be the stud that I would keep in it forever if I wanted to do it. So that's really like the only major problem that I had with it. To be honest, to compare it to my conch, it was a very similar healing experience. Like it was not that bad. It didn't swell that bad. It wasn't irritated or anything like that. Sometimes it does get irritated if I sleep on it funny. I just listen to my body and sleep on the other side or use my travel pillow. The only difference between my conch and my Helix was that my Helix kept getting caught on everything versus my conch. It would get caught on my mask here and there, but I don't ever remember my hair just getting wrapped around the jewelry the way that it did with my Helix. So that's really the only thing to look out for. If you have like, especially if you have curly textured hair or something like that and it's gonna wrap around the jewelry, like you're probably gonna have just a little bit of a difficult time the first 6 weeks like I did. But other than that, like the heel was completely fine. It wasn't anything dramatic or anything that I wasn't used to. So that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I know that wasn't much of an update, but it really wasn't much to heal the piercing or anything like that. I'll probably skip the 6-month update unless anything dramatic happens and just do a 1-year update. So that pretty much is all I have for you guys. If you got to the end of this video and you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure you hit that bell notification so that you get notified when I post every single Sunday at 5 p.m. Give me a big thumbs up if you like this type of content, or leave a comment down in my comment section if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. However, I am not a professional piercer, so it is always best practice to consult the person that did your piercing or to consult another professional piercer. But if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about my experience, or just you want my thoughts on something, that's totally fine. But I did just want to let you guys know I'm not a professional. While you're down there, click that link in my description so that you can listen to my music. Follow me on social media at Sham the Baddest. And other than that, I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.